XRP fans, I've got great news for you as open interest is soaring and the price is holding, along with even more bullish news as another company FOMOs into crypto. I do have a little bit of bad news though to bring to you.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Lots of juicy green up on the screen, but I will bring you one little bit of bad news, so don't shoot the messenger. But before we get into the crypto goodiness, like Bitcoin breaking 94,000 and about to hit 95,000, your comments come first. Hot, spicy, naughty, relevant. Maybe I'll share it at the beginning of the next video. Shane Liang says, no surprise, Saylor said this. He's flogging it, making himself and his company richer, but the average person won't be able to afford it, so they will have to go for alts. And that's the point I've been trying to make, is once something gets really expensive, people are like, well, is there an alternative to that? And that's where the altcoins come into play. But you want a sailor on your side because holy crap, wait until you hear what I got to share with you. 100 Million Man says the only way I'm buying XRP is if it goes back to 50 cents. If it doesn't go back down, I'm going to ride the bus till the wheels fall off, brother. Thank you for sharing. For real, do you think even 50 cent XRP is going to be a chance? Is there going to be a market correction enough to ever get 50 cent XRP again? Bitcoin sitting at 94,831 while ETH is 3119. XRP at $1.12, holding very strong. XLM making the move as well at 25.6. H-bar a little bit in the red, down 10%. Some pumps and dumps happening with H-bar, but still better, way better than what we've seen recently price-wise with them. Bitcoin burst past 94,000, and it looks like we're going to be breaking 95 here any freaking second now. Sorry, I've just been watching like BTC all day, so like, you know, in the crypto market, so this is what I do. So, big time news. MicroStrategy's Bitcoin investment pushes it into a top 100 US company. So, other companies out there are going to be like, yo, this dude's getting success because he's putting his money into BTC as a store of value. Holy shit, we should do it too. And you're like, I get it. He hates everything else, but he loves BTC. But once BTC becomes expensive, where there's too much risk and not enough reward, right? Like if it's crazy, crazy high price, people are going to be like, oh, maybe I should look somewhere else. So let this man blow up BTC as fast as possible, because then it'll help pivot money to the alts faster. Here's why. Shared with you a few days ago. I said, you know what's going to happen? Companies are going to FOMO into crypto. And you're like, Klaus, are they really? Bitch, better have my money, because yes, they are. Hoth Therapeutics allocates $1 million to Bitcoin as a treasury asset. I get it. $1 million, it ain't shit to these big companies. But guess what? This is how it starts. Hoth Therapeutics, a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company, has allocated up to $1 million in Bitcoin, aiming to leverage the cryptocurrency's potential as a store of value and hedge against inflation. So this isn't a utility play. Again, this is store of value. And this is a smaller company saying, yo, we need to get in on some BTC. Telling you, Saylor is going to get tons of companies to ape into BTC. And what's going to happen is they're going to look at the entire market and go, oh, crap, this big blob is really expensive. Does it really have more gains? And they're going to look at all these other alternatives out here and go, yo, maybe we could get a little bit of the altcoin action. The company's board of directors approved the move, reflecting a growing trend among businesses in the United States amid renewed interest in BTC following Trump's re-election. This aligns with recent comments from Senator Cynthia Lumens, who has urged the Treasury Department to consider converting some of its gold into Bitcoin. That would be a hard thing to do. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if they find a way to buy some BTC without selling their gold. So really good news here. Now, here's the bad news. US had a bump up in inflation. Well, guess what? UK had it as well. And thank you and shout out to all the viewers from across the pond. Thank you to all the viewers from inside the United States, which is about 50% of you. And the other 50% of you resides mostly outside of the United States. Well, that was a redundantly stupid statement, Klaus. The majority is the UK, Canada, Australia, and then followed by the Eurozone. So thank you, everyone. UK inflation surges above the Bank of England's 2% target. Oh, okay. UK inflation picked up sharply to a higher than expected 2.3% in October. This is a sharp increase from the 1.7%, which was below their goal, which was great, which was recorded in September. The latest print, once again, brings inflation above the Bank of England's 2% target. So you got a little bit of US inflation bump up, a little bit of UK inflation pump up. This is not good. Now, is this enough to stall all this shit here? Hell no. It's not. It limits the oomph, right? Like this is like, and I'm trying to think of a really good analogy. Okay. Here's one for you. You go out to dinner, right? And you order something and it's really good, but like one of the sides sucks ass. That's what this is. This is the side that sucks ass. But the rest of your dinner, your steak was good, maybe your lobster, maybe you had crab bisque soup with like really nice like hard bread that you dipped it in. Yeah, lots of options. But one of your sides sucked. That's this. Does it ruin your whole meal? No, because you're like, dude, the crab was legit. The steak was medium rare. I loved it. It was all good. It's kind of what you're seeing with crypto. We're having a lot of good meals with every once in a while a bad side. Now, if this inflation keeps going up, like if month after month I'm reporting you the news, whether it's good or bad, happy or sad, and this one is kind of sad. But if I keep reporting this, then we're going to have a problem that we have to put a little bit more emphasis on. But right now, I'm just making you aware of this, saying, hey, we got a little blip in the radar. Let's keep an eye out on the trend. Speaking of trends, XRP surges over 60% as open interest rise. Yeah, open interest skyrocketed from 1.68% to 5.13%. That is huge. Total open interest of 1.71 billion XRP. That's almost $2 billion worth. Open interest serves as an indicator of market liquidity and trader sentiment. As open interest rises, it signifies more capital entering the market and greater trader exposure to XRP. And when you look at XRP, you see one big thing sticking out. The price is good. That's obvious. The volume is still holding above 6 billion, everyone. On average, XRP's volume before this move was trading 1 to 2 billion. This is still a 3 to 6x change in volume, and the price is holding. And this is down from volume. This is like 75% down from peak volume that we saw a few days ago when it was a really pumping. But right now, we're hanging out at $1.12, 6.4 billion in volume, more than 2x in it from just a couple weeks ago. The Trump effect, the global crypto warming up effect is happening. And the candlesticks are honestly telling us, bro, we think we got more. Because look at this. Look at this move right here, right? Players are right now kind of pinging it back and forth. We're like sitting on the fence going, all right, we get some good news, it's going to push us up. We get some bad news, it's going to push us down. And I shared with you in the last how many videos that we have the majority of good news with a little bit of bad. So you apply that to what you're seeing with some sticks here, and you're like, okay, global macros are looking really good for crypto. Global geopolitical tension has been kind of quiet. This is freaking awesome. Crypto adoption, in terms of financial adoption from traditional finance, is increasing. Hoth Therapeutics jumping in. Yeah, it's $1 million, but wasn't $1 million that was there before. And you keep adding up company after company after company after company, and they're like, yo, we're getting more and more oomph in that. It's going to push the action to BTC. BTC hits its thing, then it starts rotating in the alts as the value play, and it sets up players out there that when you look out and when you zoom out, you're like, okay, let's go to the one-day chart. Because you're right, we're at $1.20, Klaus. But yeah, XRP has been way, way higher. So you start looking at all of this action here and you start asking yourselves, once BTC becomes too expensive and it's, you know, a lot of risk and a little bit of reward, is that when big money starts flowing into the alts? And which alts are positioned to have that money flow in? Well, guess what? If you start clearing the case out of the way because you're getting a new SEC head, well, that frees up XRP nice for that. It also frees it up nicely for the ETFs. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of good news going on. So as long as inflation and debt doesn't bite us in the butt here over the next couple months, we should be pretty good. We're going to have some red candlesticks, right? We're going to have some days that maybe aren't the best days, that are going to be some red days across the market. But overall, we should be holding pretty good for quite some time. So I'm going to be keeping an eye open for some inflation data to see if any other action spikes up that you need to be made aware of. But to be honest with you, you've got inflation here, and then you got a bunch of good news over here. And it's like, I get it. Inflation is bad. It affects all of us. It really does. I mean, groceries and holy crap, going out to eat and like doing stuff, even like vacations, it's all expensive, like insanely expensive. So yeah, there's some bad stuff, but the majority of it is really good for the crypto world. Ask yourself this question. Everything that we're dealing with right now is stuff that we know is going to be hitting us later down the road. What do you think that later down the road feels like after we've had regs? After we've had more companies aping into BTC? After we've had some of these crypto appointments actually start doing some positive things here for the United States and other countries around the globe? What happens once that news is actually like hitting the ground, right? When the rubber hits the road and the actions actually happen, what do you think things are going to look like and feel like? I mean, like, I'm excited right now. Like, there's a definite different feeling now than there was a month ago. And even at times, I think people were like, bro, you were a little pessimistic about things. Well, yeah, when it's a bear market for how long? I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass. I'm probably just going to be bummed out because I really like this stuff. And then all of a sudden, things rapidly change. And not only do they rapidly change, but they rapidly change with, like, the mid, near, and long-term future for crypto looking bullish as well. And I'm always going to be honest with you. This is a bigger move than what even I was expecting on some of my most optimistic targets. So for this to happen and to think there's even more happening, well, holy shit. Choo-choo, bitches.